In the heart of the city, where skyscrapers cast long shadows and life moves at a relentless pace, a story of love, ambition, and betrayal unfolded. This is the case of Amelia Vance, a vibrant artist whose life, as colorful as her canvases, was cut tragically short. It all started in a bustling downtown coffee shop, the kind of place where destinies collide over the aroma of fresh espresso. That's where Amelia met Leo, a charismatic musician with dreams as big as the city skyline. Their connection was instant, a whirlwind romance that painted the gray city streets with strokes of passion. Leo was her muse, and she was his melody. They were inseparable. A perfect duet in the urban symphony. They built a world together in a small loft apartment, surrounded by Amelia's art and the constant hum of Leo's guitar. To their friends, they were the ultimate couple, proof that true love could blossom even in the concrete jungle. But every beautiful picture can have a hidden flaw, and in this story, that flaw was named Julian. He was a successful architect, a man who built empires of glass and steel. Julian was Leo's old friend, but he'd moved in different circles. Rooftop bars instead of dive bars, tailored suits instead of vintage tees. He met Amelia at one of her gallery openings and was immediately captivated, not just by her art, but by her spirit. He saw a fire in her that he felt was being wasted. Julian began to insert himself into their lives, initially under the guise of friendship. He'd invite them to exclusive parties, offer Leo industry connections, and commission expensive pieces from Amelia. Leo, ever trusting, saw it as a friend, helping them get ahead. But Amelia felt a different kind of attention from Julian: intense, possessive, and unsettling. He would compliment her in ways that felt like he was undervaluing Leo, suggesting she was destined for a world far grander than the one she shared with a struggling musician. A subtle tension started to build, a silent chord of discord in their once perfect harmony. The city, once their romantic backdrop, started to feel smaller, more claustrophobic. Arguments between Amelia and Leo became more frequent. Leo accused her of being swayed by Julian's wealth and status, while Amelia felt Leo was insecure and holding her back. The loft that was once their sanctuary became a battleground of broken promises and unspoken resentments. Julian was always there, a shadow in the background, ready to offer a comforting word to Amelia, further driving a wedge between the two lovers. This wasn't just a love triangle. It was a slow, calculated demolition of a relationship. The night it all came to an end was a rainy Tuesday. Neighbors reported hearing loud shouting from the loft, the sounds of a fierce argument that echoed through the thin walls. Amelia had told Leo she was leaving him. The pain of that final confrontation was raw. Then, silence. The next morning, it was Julian who called the police. He said he hadn't been able to reach Amelia and was worried. When officers entered the loft, they found a scene of utter devastation. Amelia Vance was gone, and the only things left behind were an overturned easel, scattered paint, and a single, haunting note that read, "You'll never find me." The investigation immediately focused on the two men in her life. Leo was the heartbroken lover, the last person to see her alive. He was distraught, maintaining that while they had argued, he would never hurt her. He claimed that after their fight, he left to clear his head, walking the rain-slicked streets for hours. When he returned, she was gone. His alibi was flimsy gust, a man alone with his sorrow in a city of millions. His grief was palpable, but was it the grief of a man who had lost the love of his life, or the guilt of one who had taken it? Then there was Julian, the wealthy suitor. He presented himself as a concerned friend, devastated by the loss. He provided a solid Alabama business dinner with several influential clients, all of whom confirmed he was with them the entire evening. He painted Leo as a jealous, unstable artist, unable to handle Amelia's growing success and her friendship with him. Julian's story was clean, polished, and perfectly constructed, much like the buildings he designed. He seemed to be above suspicion, yet detectives couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. His composure was almost too perfect. Weeks turned into months. The case grew cold. Amelia's face was on flyers plastered all over the city, her bright smile a stark contrast to the grim reality of her disappearance. The public was captivated. Was she a victim of a crime of passion, or did she simply walk away from it all? escaping the pressure of the love triangle she was trapped in. The note left at the scene was her handwriting, but the message was cryptic. Was it a threat or a declaration of freedom? The city buzzed with theories. The breakthrough came from an unexpected place. Amelia's art. A determined detective, refusing to let the case go, spent hours in her studio, which had been preserved as a crime scene. He looked beyond the finished canvases and delved into her sketchbooks. Hidden within the pages of charcoal studies and anatomical drawings, he found a series of preliminary sketches for a new painting. They depicted a desolate, little-known industrial park on the outskirts of the city, a place of abandoned warehouses and rusting fences. And in one sketch, almost hidden in the detail, was a symbol, the logo of one of Julian's lesser-known construction subsidiaries. Following this lead, investigators descended on the forgotten industrial park, and punto linga se viva. In the foundation of a half-finished building a project Julian's company had recently and abruptly abandoned, they made the grim discovery: Amelia Vance had been found. She hadn't run away. She had been silenced, buried beneath the very concrete and steel that represented Julian's world. With the discovery of the body, Julian's perfect alibi began to crumble. The business dinner. It turned out he had left for nearly 2 hours, a window of time his clients had overlooked. He claimed he had stepped out to take a private call, but phone records showed no such call. Instead, Celto Ardeta placed his phone near the industrial park during that exact time. The polished architect was not so composed anymore. Faced with irrefutable evidence, Julian's mask finally slipped. His confession was cold and devoid of emotion. He had never intended to harm her, he claimed. He had gone to the loft that night after Leo left, hoping to comfort Amelia, to convince her that he was the right choice, but she rejected him. She told him she still loved Leo, and that his money meant nothing to her. In a fit of narcissistic rage, Julian couldn't accept their rejection. If he couldn't have her, no one could. He took her life, and then used his knowledge of construction and his own remote site to hide his terrible secret, believing he had committed the perfect crime. Leo was cleared, but his life was shattered. He had lost the woman he loved, and had been a suspect in her death. The vibrant melody of his life had faded into a mournful, solitary tune. Julian, the man who built empires, would now spend his life within the walls of a prison, his ambition leading to his ultimate downfall. Amelia's story is a tragic reminder that in the urban landscape, passion can be as dangerous as it is beautiful. Her art is all that remains. Her vibrant canvas is a silent testament to a life filled with love, talent, and a dream that was stolen too soon. Her case is closed, but for those who knew her, the memory of her bright spirit will forever haunt the city streets. Thank you for watching this installment of our case files. If you found this story compelling, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the mysteries that lie hidden just beneath the surface of our cities. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.